Hello everybody. Today we are doing a Logic Pro X tutorial on making a short song with loops. Now first you want to find a loop website. I'm using Looperman. You just have to create a profile and you can have access to all their loops for free. And kind of like that one. Here's some more examples of loops. Yep. So yeah, once you find the loop you want, you can go ahead and download. I downloaded two, a drum pattern and a melody pattern. I went ahead and renamed them both already too. And once you do that, that'll actually be a good starting spot for you. You can go ahead and open up your Logic, new project. You want to be using software instruments or audio unless you're uh, um, recording yourself with a microphone. And on the left side you have your library of all your instruments. It's kind of bare bones with the stock version of Logic Pro X, but you can always add more instruments. And if I click that icon in the top right hand corner, that pulls up all the stock loops, and you can always add on to more of that. And actually here I have a user patch which I downloaded from the internet that comes with some better 808 drums, better hi-hats, hits and snares. So I like to use that. I went ahead and made two copies. Gonna rename the first one 808 bass because I'm just gonna use my plugin to record the 808 bass track. And then I made another instrument, but now I went to my downloads so I could go ahead and drag and drop the two audio tracks that I downloaded from Looperman, and you just position them right at the beginning of the song. There's your first melody. Go ahead and play it. And that's your first melody. It's a really good starting spot, so you can build off of these loops and melodies. That's what a lot of producers of really popular songs do. Uh, so yeah, here I'm just kind of editing the melody and putting it on top because it's the main melody. And like here I'm shortening the clip because like the first part of the melody has like a little different feel than the second half of the melody. So in my intro, I'm just gonna have the soft first part of the melody, and I'm gonna actually copy it and extend it again. And when you grab it from the top, it'll actually loop that part where you ended at, and it will loop right back to the beginning of the audio track. So that's a quick way to edit the way your files are going to sound. You can cut them, copy them, reverse them, extend the loop, loop it in a different spot. So right here I cut it in half and extended the loop, and now I'm going to go ahead and put my drums on. And you drag and drop it automatically, will create another audio file for you. Yeah, so I think I want my drums to come in around like the second half of the melody right there. So yeah, I'm gonna pull this out back here to the 13th bar and loop the soft beginning. If I could click on it, there we go, about right there. And then I'll move this forward and then put the drums starting on bar 9. And let's listen. Alright, Alright, cool. So we got the first little intro part down. Now we can start building some more melodic lines. For this beat, I'm kind of feeling some strings or something, like a little counter melody with some strings. Let's see. Going into orchestral. Let's see. Um, let's use the pop strings. Yeah. And I have my MIDI keyboard. If you hit Command K, you can type on the keyboard and play the notes that way. But I actually have this keyboard plug-in, MIDI keyboard that I can use. Kind of feeling that. Gotta get it right. So keep practicing it a little bit until you're ready to record. I think that's pretty good. Doesn't have to be perfect because you can always edit the notes. It's actually what I'm gonna do right here. I'm gonna select all and I'm gonna quantize, and basically what that does is like it mathematically makes all the notes hit the right spots. And it's not always perfect, but it can get you closer to what you're looking for. Hit the S to solo it out so I can just hear the strings. Kind of liking how that is. Shorten that a little bit. Now we need to position it, or rather, let's actually add some more counter melody, because that's like a little 2-bar phrase. Let's try to make it 4 bars. So I added another instrument, more strings again. Need something like the lower octave. Go ahead and record the next part with the 2 melody soloed. I like that. That's good. Now we just need to make sure we're quantized and position. Make sure these notes are connecting. I like how that sounds. Yeah. Now let's go ahead and position it. I want the strings to come in after the drum pattern, I think. So let's do right after the drum pattern. And the counter is going to be 2 bars after that. And I can actually... Okay, so that works out. And I can actually take off the tail end of the first pop strings just to make that look more uniform. And here I'm actually going to use the second part of the melody and loop that during the drum hits, because I like the way that sounds more than that quiet first part of the melody. Yep. Go ahead and shorten that. and I can start copying and pasting into these tracks. So I get repeated sounds. Yep, right on cue. Copy the other counter melody. Make sure you're copying it on the correct track, and we can loop out the drums. And we're pretty much done. All we gotta do is add some bass. So pull out my plugin in my MIDI keyboard. Just try to find the bass notes real quick. Switching octaves, hitting buttons. There we go. Something like that. You gotta find a little bass line that goes along with the melody as best as you can. Just kind of gotta experiment. And you see me there using the volume knobs. Just kind of keep experimenting. There we go. Make sure we quantize again. And on the end, I think I want to connect the notes. Sounds nicer when they're kind of connected at the end. And that's a wrong note. Let me fix that. Much better. Let's go ahead and lengthen these so they're connected. Perfect. And we're going to go ahead and stretch the loop out. Extend it to the end. A little overpowering, so the drums a little bit. Trying to get this bass to come out some more. add a little fade out. That's basically how you would create custom music in Logic using loops from other websites. Just kind of filling it in here. Every other bar on the top counter melody, and then every other on the bottom counter melody. Make sure you loop your drums out all the way to the end of the song. And time to add your fade out. You do that by going to mix, create alteration, and then fade out. By default, I think the songs are like 130 bars, but our little short song is about 30 bars, so we'll extend it to about like 34 or something like that. Yep. Now that you got your completed product, let's hear the fade out. There you have it. There's your little mini song created in about 13 minutes. Now, to get it on iTunes, you're gonna want to bounce it. That's the best way, because you can mess with all the settings when you bounce. You could just share straight to iTunes, but you won't be able to edit any of this stuff. So you want to change the file format to WAV so that all the stems are still available. Like if you were sending this to someone else, if you don't send the WAV, you won't get all the stems. So you'll be able to listen to it, but you won't be able to open it up in Logic. So there you go. WAV, 24 bits fine. You probably want to do the mode as in real time so you can listen to the bounce that's doing it. And you don't need to normalize. And then once you're done with that, you just go ahead and bounce. You save it to the desktop or wherever. I'm just gonna save it to my desktop. Have it. This has been a tutorial on a short Logic Pro song using loops from the internet. My name is Nolan Edwards, and thank you guys very much for watching. You got your recording right there. It's bounced to the desktop, and you can open up in iTunes.